Hello, Nori here. Welcome to another episode of Love and Deep Space, where I will be talking to you about something that I've spoken to you about recently, and it was a video that I made with a lot of hesitation in mind because I was not sure what the reaction would be and how it would be. And it took a lot of guts, for me to make that video. So the video that I am making today again is going to be a part 2 of the earlier video, which was about trashtaste and their opinion on Love and Deep Space being, well, iffy, if I can have if I have a correct word for it. They're pretty iffy about the game, but then again, it's a women's game. It's predominantly a women's game. It's an otome game, so is that iffiness a big deal? No, it's not. And this is a video that I've made sure that my thoughts were more coherent this time. So I scripted the whole thing down. I wrote the whole script and all my points that I can, talk about properly and in depth. And this is a bunch of my card collection that I don't really have a lot of, Xavier. You can probably see that. And I needed to use this as a background, so. Right, here we go. I want us to sit with something for a second, right? We know the video. We know that there was shade thrown, some side eyes given, and suddenly people flinched. Not because it was just an otome game, but because it was ours, made for us, women. And they didn't know what to do with it. What broke me, though, wasn't their reaction. It was ours. Our reaction. A wave of dread, a sense of needing to defend what we love. Women online rushing to reassure, to explain, to pacify, saying, it's not that bad, really. As if we owe them an apology for enjoying something that's tailored to our fantasies, our emotions, our stories, made for women, right? By women. I believe the devs are women of Love and Deep Space. This was made for us. And we're bending backwards for what? Because trust me, I had a sense of dread as well. I felt that. I saw the video on YouTube when I was browsing my YouTube. I saw that video and I was like, damn, I don't want to open it. I don't want to open it because I don't know what I'm going to get. My mood is going to be sore if I saw that video and if they said something bad about it. Because I'm playing the game, it's kind of like my extended persona because I'm attached to the game, right? So it's in a way as if saying something bad about it I hate that it's affecting me in this way. Because like I said, it's kind of like an extended version. Your choices in music, game, everything is it's like a persona. Right? So when people say that, oh my God, I hate it because it's too feminine, it's too girly, like why are we being subjected to this? It's so cliche. All of that is like saying femininity is cliche, femininity is like this and it's like that. And it's absolutely insane to think that a game made for women should not be feminine or it's too feminine for them to digest. Which that's the whole point that I'm making. Do you see this? But when we are talking about otome games that are female coded and for women and by women, then there's a sense of judgment, right? There's a sense of judgment. And that judgment mostly comes from men, mostly comes from a bunch of, men who have like opinions on it, even though they don't play it. Some of them don't even play it, and yet they have this opinion like, we already know what happened with the whole Gunnar game controversy, and this is just another form of it, though more contained. because I believe that even they know that they can't afford saying what they want to more directly, because if they did, it would cause a backlash. And if I were to circle back to the whole Gooner game controversy, weren't there like a bunch of opinions by dudes saying that women need shouldn't be allowed to play these games. They shouldn't have these kind of games. I believe that there was a video like that where this dude really said that this game was corrupting women, or they shouldn't be allowed to have these games, and that they were the biggest gooners and whatnot. And that just, it ruined my mood. It blew me away, because I was just like, why do you care that much? It's not a game that was made for you. So why do you care about the fact that women have these games? Women have features that cater to women, uh, you know, in the game. And that itself blew up, right? That was the whole cause of the whole Gooner game controversy nonsense. And I was just like, why do you care about it? Why do you care? You have a world of games, like men have a world of games dedicated to them. So why should a niche of women's game bother them that much? Or features in a women's game bother that much? What is their problem with it? But I know that a bunch of newspaper outlets, a bunch of media outlets, like I said, were spreading this weird hysteria or paranoia, saying that, oh my god, women have gone rogue, have they forsaken real life for dating sims? And I'm like, why are you so hyping this up for no reason? Like, there is no cause for you to be up in the air about, women enjoying a bunch of, otome games. It's like reading through a fantasy visual novel. Like, what's wrong with that? Why is that such a big deal? But it's been made into a big deal, right? Every now and then, men's judgment just falls upon us from the heaven, and then we're sitting here in dread, shaking, wondering, okay, what are we going to justify? Like, what are we going to be scared and anxious about next? Like, how are we going to justify that we deserve the rights to play our game? And let us play our game. Let women have their little corner of enjoyment. But yeah, that's the thing. And I have to ask why. I have to ask why to myself. Why do we? And here's the thing, we celebrate when male creators dip into feminine spaces like it's revolutionary. Why do they instantly gain a whole female following just for glancing our way, right? This is also another side of the coin, where the moment like a male content creator just looks at Love and Deep Space and goes like, checking it out, it's as if God's grace has fallen upon us. It's like we're bathed in God's own light. Because imagine a guy is checking out an otomegame. How revolutionary, how brilliantly beautiful, because without any guy checking out Love in Deep Space, it's just a game for women, like as if it just doesn't hold value for existing by itself. So that's the question really that I have. Is it really about the game, or is it about the validation we're hoping that they'll give us? What is it about a man's opinion that feels so pivotal that we hold our breath for it? Would you love the game any less if they didn't like it? Would it matter to you if Trashtaste said, the game is great, it's amazing? Or would it matter to you if Trashtaste taste said that, oh my god, the game is so cliche, it's so boring, it's so bland, it's so blah blah blah, it's so girly? Would that matter to you? Would that make the game any less enjoyable? Would you love the game any less if they didn't like it? Would you stop playing it? Or would you then, even worse, start hiding behind jokes and self-deprecation, and started making excuses for, more time, it gets better when we move on into the story, it's truly nice, I promise you, and stuff like that? Or worse still, agreeing with them, telling them that yes, they're right, it is too feminine, yes, they're right that women are enjoying themselves a lot too much, way too much. So what is it? And coming back to the point of, well, male content creators getting like floored just for checking out Love in Deep Space, we have this opposite problem that I even mentioned in my previous video, where I said that, women checking out Call of Duty or Valorant because they're instantly met with hostility, with abuses, with harassment, with judgment. So much of it, in fact, they're made to prove themselves. They have to prove themselves that they know the combat, that they know the weapons, that they know the strategy, that they know how to beat the final boss. And still, despite that, there's tons of judgment. There is no inclusion of women into these spaces. And there's no motivation, there's no encouragement, there's no love for female, players who dip into masculine spaces. There's none of that. And while I do understand that there is a section of men who do uplift and do encourage and do motivate, but they're by far smaller. And I've seen it. I've seen women twisting themselves to be agreeable, to be relatable, acceptable, watering down their own tastes so they're easier to digest. Why do we coddle them for liking what was ours first? Why do we make excuses for our pleasure, diminish it before anyone else can? It's not your fault. It's not our fault. It's the years of bias stitched into the way we think. But it's time to see the pattern for what it is. This pattern that has ruled us for years, and it's slipping into our, spaces. Everything that we've enjoyed, that we do for ourselves, it's slipped into this bias, has slipped into all of these avenues. And it's so disheartening and demeaning also at the same time. This video, it's not about men or about, how they're looking at us. It's about us. This video is about women. It's for women. And it's by a woman. This video is about us. About naming the pattern I see us trapped in. And I know that it might piss people off. I know I might get burned for saying it, but silence doesn't set us free. Silence doesn't set us free, but truth does. And if I get burned for saying the truth, so be it. That is a risk that I knew I was willing to take, that I had to take. And in my last video, I literally had to tiptoe around the edge because I was scared of maybe facing some kind of a backlash for saying whatever I said. But that is a risk that I'm willing to take. I am the smallest, the tiniest content creator, and I know that this would be the biggest risk that I take for myself. But so be it. If it burns me, so be it. I either say the truth or I don't say anything at all. And then I'm not myself. And if that's the case, then, I shouldn't be here on YouTube making videos, because I cannot see something and be quiet about it. I have to speak my mind. And to clarify, I'm not minding men playing the game at all, not in the slightest. In fact, it made me happy. It makes me happy. Like I said, it makes me happy that people are checking out the game. But it's not because they're men. It's because people are playing the game for what the game is. Because it's a game that doesn't need a label, doesn't need permission, doesn't need validation to be worth enjoying. And it makes me wonder, though, when was the last time I let myself fully enjoy something feminine without holding my breath for a man's opinion to either bless or break it? When was the last time you enjoyed something that made you feel like you didn't have to question yourself or make yourself smaller or hold yourself for somebody's validation or some man's validation. I just wish we were more tolerant towards each other. I don't think I would have had to make this video if I didn't see a video like Trash Taste or a bunch of videos of, men dissing on the game, which happened during the whole Gooner game controversy. I wouldn't have give a shit about it. Which I didn't then, but then I couldn't stop myself from doing now. And I'm not going to skirt around the edges to water my own opinion down. This is my real opinion. I'm going to stick to it as best as I can. It took everything in my body to make this video. It took everything. My heart was pounding, it's still pounding, and I don't know what kind of a reaction I'm going to get for it. I might lose more subscribers, so be it. It's fine. But I will not stop saying what I feel like saying. Everybody has the right to enjoy this game. Otome, men, women, whoever. Because it's a game to enjoy. Not because it requires an approval from someone. So go ahead. If you're a guy or if you're a girl, if you do not specify either, enjoy the game fully. Enjoy the game fully. And appreciate the game for what it is. And let women exist in these spaces that is meant for them. That's all I have to say. So, this is Nori signing off from loveanddeepspace. Thank you so much for watching. And do take care. And I hope that your gacha pulls are blessed. May your collection be fulfilled forevermore. May you win tons of 50/50s. And all my love. Keep playing. Keep being happy. Enjoy your game. Enjoy Caleb as you see him on the screen, right? So goodbye and take care. This is Nori signing off.